Welcome to Essential Shorts, where we take a look into the world of student ministry, one topic at a time. And today we're going to continue with our series on the myths from the Barna Research Group shared by David Kinnaman in his book, You Lost Me. Just as a reminder, myth number one is, most people lose their faith when they leave high school. The positive reality is that when we add the nomads group, the exiled group, and the faithful, we find that 90% of youth who grew up with a Christian background remaining faithful to Christ, but disillusioned and disconnected from the church. So now let's get to myth number two. Dropping out of church is just a natural part of youth becoming adults. The reality is that this type of thinking simply ignores the basic fact that tens of millions of young Christians never lose their faith at all or drop away from the church. So leaving church or losing faith should not be considered inevitable or normal. Second, leaving church has never been natural or normal even among countercultural movement of the Woodstock era. Evidence indicates that during the first half of the 1900s, young adults were no less church than their older counterparts. But the boomer generation became the first American generation that dropped out of church participation in any significant numbers that were measured when they became young adults. So, in one sense, the boomers, those born between 1946 and 1964, were part of the evolution of the church dropout phenomena during the rise of the youth culture of the 1960s. So, the current 18 to 29-year-old generation, which Barna calls the mosaics, is continuing this dropout pattern of previous generations, but are spiritually the most diverse generation the nation has ever seen. These mosaics are also less likely than prior generations to begin their religious explorations with Christianity as the starting point. Their pervasive use of technology allows and encourages a deeper generational gap that enables mosaics and millennials to embrace new ways of learning about and connecting to the world that they live in. Now, Kinnaman comments on this myth and echoes our concern as student ministers. He says this: the significant spiritual and technological changes over the past 50 years makes the dropout problem more urgent than ever. Young people are dropping out earlier, staying away longer, and if they come back, they are less likely to see the church as a long-term part of their life. Today's young adults who drop out of faith are continuing something the boomers began as a generation of spiritual free agents. But we should note that today's dropout phenomenon is more willful and a complex problem. So for those of you who are fighting the good fight among students, take heart, train well, and stand strong, because what you do is vital to reaching students and families for Christ. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching this segment of Essential Shorts, and if I can serve your ministry in any way, let me know. And hey, drop me a note. Let me share your success story with others. And remember, what you do is important in kingdom impact.